Let's start off where we left after the first video. We can see we are on our own dashboard. You can see my list. And we're going to start this session by going to the blue button on the top right, which means we can add a new project. I click on it, and I'm going to be asked to put a project name in. I'm going to use today's date as an example purpose for the study, and then we're choosing between two options. One option is set up surveys. The second option is set up respondents. Set up surveys is the part where you enter the entry link to the survey, which you have either scripted in CMix or on any other platform, and where you also will see the redirects, including the basic security codes and so on. And that's where you're going to be doing the testing for your Samplify project as well. Set up respondents is the part where you choose what country do you want to do your research at, set up the parameters for your study, for example, the incidence rate, the LOI, and you'll be shown the pricing, as well as you're going to be able to select what targeting attributes do the panelists need to have, which you're looking for. I usually start by setting up respondents, as that gives me the flexibility of setting up what I want to, seeing if that is actually feasible, as well as I get the price before going through the hassle of actually setting up the complete survey. Let's click on Set Up Respondents. And the first screen we're always going to be presented with is to choose our topic. It is very important to choose a topic which fits closest to your survey. It impacts the visibility as well as it impacts the data which you're going to be receiving. We have some of our loyalty partners within our panels, and in order to avoid any bias, for example, using travel airlines would mean I've exclude all of the loyalty programs from the airlines in order to get accurate and completely unbiased data. In case our QA team would think that one of the categories doesn't fit the survey which you've chosen, and they would let you know and ask to change it to something else afterwards. Hence, it is important, choose something which you closest fit to your study. I'm going to go with automotive for this study, continue to target, and going to be presented with the next screen. On this screen, we're choosing what devices do we want our study to be supporting. And this will determine from what devices panelists can enter your study. In this case, we can choose between desktop, mobile, and tablet. By default, all three are being selected. In case I just want desktop, I can simply untick mobile and tablet. That would mean we would just get people with it who open the link from a desktop, or the other way around. If I just want mobile and tablet, I simply untick desktop, and now I just get people who click on the link from a mobile or from a tablet. We can see underneath a customer PO number field. This is where you can put your PO number. This is one of the fields which is editable throughout the whole project lifecycle. It is also not dependent on any buttons to be clicked on beforehand. You can always edit it, and this field does not necessarily need to be filled out in order to start your project. But we highly recommend that if you work with PO numbers, that you at a certain stage throughout your project, put it in there as it eases up the billing at the end of the study. In case you have already worked with a couple of our Samplify projects in the past, you can set up exclusions. Exclusions simply can be enabled by ticking on this button, and then either I search for a project, for example, I search for test, which presents me with a list, as well as I can just use the drop-down menu. You are able to exclude every single project which had been set up within your company. This is not limited to just projects which you have set up. So in this case, I will see MP test Eric, which was one of mine. We have a benchmark test 1 and a benchmark test 2, which were from somebody else. To add them to the exclusion, I simply tick them, and I can see that they are added down here. Important to remember is when setting up exclusions is just completes are going to be excluded. And there is currently no time frame which can be set up for the exclusion. So in case you have run your study over 2 months and collected a big amount of completes, all of these completes over the whole 2 months will be excluded. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to be working without exclusions, and I'm going to be letting in all of our devices and start adding our target. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and we hope you found this video series helpful. Please reach out to us in case of any questions, and be sure to ask Dynata for end-to-end help with your research and audience needs.